When most people think about pyramids, they think about Egypt. But few realize that China is home to dozens of massive pyramid-shaped tomb structures scattered across the region surrounding Xi'an. Many of these sites are linked to emperors and royal families from ancient Chinese dynasties. Yet one particular structure has generated decades of speculation, a mysterious monument often referred to as the White Pyramid, a pyramid that became famous after reports from the 1940s claimed that an American pilot had observed an enormous pyramid-like structure from the air. Over time, these reports evolved into stories involving hidden history, lost civilizations, unexplored chambers, and government secrecy. But what is actually known? What remains a mystery? And where do the theories begin? Today we're exploring China's pyramid mystery. One of the most surprising facts about China is that pyramid-shaped royal tombs actually exist. Archaeologists have identified dozens of these structures, with many located throughout Shaanxi province near Xi'an. Estimates often mention more than 40 pyramid-like tomb complexes in the region. Unlike Egypt's stone pyramids, these monuments were generally built from earth and other materials. Over centuries, many became covered with vegetation, making them less visually dramatic than their Egyptian counterparts. Yet from above, their enormous geometric forms remain unmistakable. For mystery researchers, their existence raises an intriguing question: why do so many pyramid-shaped structures exist in one area? Long before the famous pilot sightings of the 1940s, another story had already begun. According to later accounts, American trader and travel agent Fred Meyer Schroder was traveling through Shaanxi province in 1912 when he reportedly encountered a remarkable sight. In the distance stood a group of enormous pyramid-shaped structures unlike anything he expected to find in China. Traveling with him was a local monk guide, and according to the story, the guide shared a fascinating piece of local tradition. He allegedly explained that the pyramids were extremely ancient and that information about them could be found in old monastic records. Even more intriguing, some retellings claim those records already described the pyramids as ancient monuments when the documents themselves were written. If true, that would suggest that the pyramids were already considered relics of a distant past by earlier generations. Over time, the story became one of the most discussed legends connected to the White Pyramid mystery. Supporters of alternative history theories often point to Schroder's account as evidence that knowledge of these structures existed long before they became widely known in the West. Some researchers have even suggested that ancient monastery archives may still contain forgotten records describing the pyramid's origins. Others believe the story simply reflects local folklore passed down through generations. The truth remains uncertain. No verified evidence has confirmed that such records contain hidden historical revelations. Yet the mystery continues to capture imaginations more than a century later. Were these monuments truly older than commonly believed? Could forgotten records still exist somewhere? Or was the monk sharing stories that had grown into legends over the centuries? For now, nobody knows. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps the mystery alive. The modern legend of the White Pyramid largely emerged during and shortly after World War II. Reports later circulated claiming that an American pilot flying over China had observed a massive white pyramid from the air. These reports were followed by newspaper coverage that brought the story to a much wider audience. As the story spread, the details became increasingly dramatic. Some retellings claimed the structure was larger than Egypt's Great Pyramid. Others described a shining or crystal-like capstone at its peak. Still others suggested that the monument represented something far older than China's known dynasties. It is important to note that many of these claims remain unverified and are often repeated as part of the White Pyramid legend rather than established archaeological fact. Nevertheless, the story captured imaginations around the world. Decades after the stories of Schroder and the wartime pilots, the White Pyramid mystery gained new attention through the work of German researcher Hartwig Hausdorf. Hausdorf investigated reports from travelers, explorers, and pilots while searching for evidence connected to the legendary White Pyramid. His books helped introduce the mystery to a much larger international audience. According to Hausdorf and other researchers interested in the mystery, the region around Xi'an may contain far more pyramid structures than many people realize. His investigations helped revive public interest in reports that had circulated for decades. However, it is important to note that many of Hausdorf's conclusions remain controversial and are not accepted as established archaeology. Some of his theories extend beyond what can currently be verified through historical evidence. Even so, his work played a major role in keeping the White Pyramid story alive into the modern era. And once again, the mystery found a new audience. One of the most popular theories surrounding the White Pyramid involves a crystal or jewel-like capstone. According to some versions of the story, witnesses described a brilliant top that reflected sunlight and appeared almost otherworldly. Supporters of the theory believe that the original appearance of the structure may have been very different from what survives today. However, no verified archaeological evidence has confirmed the existence of a giant crystal capstone. As a result, this remains a fascinating legend rather than a confirmed historical fact. Among mystery researchers, another theory proposes that at least some pyramid knowledge may have originated from a civilization that existed before recorded Chinese history. According to this theory, later dynasties may have inherited architectural traditions from a much older culture. Some versions connect China's pyramids with ancient monuments found elsewhere in the world. Others suggest forgotten trade networks or exchanges of knowledge. At present, there is no accepted evidence proving the existence of such a civilization in relation to the Chinese pyramids. However, the theory remains popular among alternative history enthusiasts because of the scale and sophistication of the ancient tomb complexes. Perhaps the most famous discovery connected to China's pyramid region is the Terracotta Army. Thousands of life-sized warriors were found guarding the mausoleum complex of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor. The discovery shocked the world. Yet according to historians and archaeologists, the Terracotta Army is only one part of a much larger burial complex. Because the emperor's central burial chamber itself remains largely unexplored, and that is where the mystery deepens. Ancient historical records describe extraordinary features inside the burial chamber of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. According to these accounts, the tomb contained miniature representations of the empire, vast treasures, defensive mechanisms, and perhaps most famously, rivers of liquid mercury flowing through the underground complex. It is important to remember that these descriptions come from ancient historical sources. Because the central burial chamber has never been fully opened, many of these claims cannot currently be verified directly. Yet the story becomes even more intriguing. Although the main chamber remains sealed, researchers have conducted studies around the site. These investigations reportedly detected unusually high concentrations of mercury surrounding parts of the burial mound. For historians, this may represent evidence of ancient burial practices. For mystery enthusiasts, however, it raises a fascinating question. If ancient records accurately describe the presence of mercury, what else inside those records could be true? Could forgotten treasures still remain untouched? Could lost historical records still rest beneath the earth? Or could the emperor's final resting place contain discoveries nobody has imagined? For now, nobody knows. Because after more than 2,000 years, the central chamber remains sealed. Another popular theory suggests that enormous treasures may still rest inside some of China's royal pyramids. Proponents speculate about gold, jade, royal records, ceremonial artifacts, and historical documents that have never been seen by modern eyes. While ancient emperors were undoubtedly buried with valuable objects, the exact contents of many tombs remain unknown because several sites have not been fully excavated. This uncertainty has helped fuel stories of hidden wealth for generations. One of the most common questions asked about China's pyramid complexes is surprisingly simple. If these structures are known to exist, why aren't they all being opened and explored? According to archaeologists, the answer is preservation. Many ancient tombs contain fragile materials that can deteriorate rapidly once exposed to air, moisture, and modern environmental conditions. For this reason, some researchers believe it may be better to wait until more advanced conservation techniques become available before opening particularly significant sites. Another factor is uncertainty. Because the central chamber of Qin Shi Huang's tomb has remained sealed for over 2 millennia, researchers cannot fully determine the conditions inside. The presence of elevated mercury levels detected around the mound has further increased interest in preserving the site carefully. Rather than rushing to open the chamber, many experts argue that protecting its contents may be the wiser choice. At least for now. Yet some mystery researchers believe the greatest secret may not be buried beneath the pyramids. It may be hidden within forgotten records. One of the lesser-known theories connected to China's pyramids comes from stories surrounding Fred Meyer Schroder and his guide. According to later retellings, the guide claimed that information about the pyramids existed in ancient monastic records and local traditions. Some versions even suggest the pyramids were already considered ancient when those records themselves were written. This idea inspired a theory that forgotten documents may still exist and could reveal additional information about the origins of the pyramids. Supporters believe monastery archives may preserve stories, observations, or historical knowledge that never became known outside local communities. Skeptics argue these accounts are likely examples of folklore passed from one generation to another. At present, no verified evidence demonstrates the existence of hidden records containing lost historical revelations. But the possibility continues to fascinate researchers and mystery enthusiasts alike. Because if such records were ever discovered, they might help answer questions that have remained unresolved for more than a century. China's pyramid mystery exists at the crossroads of history, archaeology, legend, and speculation. We know the pyramids exist. We know emperors were buried beneath some of them. We know the Terracotta Army stands guard over one of the most remarkable mausoleums ever constructed. But many questions remain unanswered. The legend of the White Pyramid, The stories told by monk guides, the reports from wartime pilots, the possibility of forgotten records, and the still sealed tomb of China's first emperor. Some parts of this story are supported by evidence, some remain unresolved mysteries, and some belong entirely to the realm of theory. Perhaps one day new discoveries will provide the answers. Until then, the mystery continues. What do you think? Was the White Pyramid simply an imperial tomb? Or does a deeper mystery still wait beneath the surface? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy history myths, ancient mysteries, and legendary discoveries, subscribe for Monday History Myths. Because sometimes the greatest stories from history are the ones that still haven't been fully explained.